Hello, and welcome to Convinced Catholicism, a place for all things Catholic. This video is coming out a little bit late. I apologize, but either way, I want to put out a video once a week, so here we are. This is New Rome Press's Orthodox Christian Prayer Book. This, right off the bat, I will say, is a beautiful and charming book. Every last detail about this is very, very special. Just even from the cover alone, we have the Chi-Rho in the four corners. We have the IC, Jesus Christ, Nika, Jesus Christ conquers, the cross here. And hard to explain, but the way that this book opens and closes, it feels like a vintage book that you would find in an antique shop or a used bookstore or something like that. Beautiful end papers. And the illustrations are in full color. This is an effort by the Greek Orthodox. Okay, this is from New Rome Press. There's the logo in the back as well, the two-headed eagle. And just an amazing little book. This is an Orthodox book. But again, there's not much issue a Catholic person would find with it. So I would buy this out of curiosity, and I would buy this too as a devotional. We have introduction, morning prayers, service of Vespers. This is extremely abbreviated, as is small complement. Even though small complement is already abbreviated for the weekdays, this is an abbreviated version of that. As you can see, even though it's abbreviated, it's still quite lengthy. Salutations to the Theotokos, so on and so forth. So this is kind of like a shorter Christian prayer of the Orthodox Church, but it also has the devotional prayers, okay, prayers for various needs. Here we have this section for occasional prayers. And so we can see here that there's quite a lot. So we have 3 ribbons as well. Before we get into the details, though, let me go ahead and measure this book. It's 4 1/4 inches wide with 6 1/4 inches, and then just under an inch. Okay, so this is a very manageable book. Morning prayers. And the thing with these prayers is you do as many as you can. Okay? Lord have mercy 12 times. You know, we'll see that it has, in some cases, another prayer, another prayer, another prayer. Many Christians have the blessed habit of reading the 6 Psalms and the small doxology in their morning praise to God. If you wish to proceed, continue with the 6 Psalms or the hexapsalmos on the next page. Otherwise, conclude your morning prayer by saying this, right? So it's kind of a pray what you can concept here. And the hexapsalmos are listed here and written out, and then you would do the doxology. So, and that would kind of make an othros or morning prayer or matins kind of in order for the lay people. We have the service of Vespers, the typical stuff for the Eastern Church. If you're not familiar with what that would look like, then you can go back to my other videos, and then you can see that every evening you have different prayers. What's missing from this book, I wouldn't really say missing. What's not provided in this book, and really it doesn't need to be, are troparion and contantian. Those are the propers, quote unquote, just for a Western mind of the Eastern Church. But since this is kind of, like I said, shorter Christian prayer, a lot of those propers are going to be omitted just because, you know, we're not expected as lay people to perform like a liturgy. we are expected to communicate with God and grow closer to God. And this book absolutely allows us to do that. We can see the Nunc Dimittis is in the evening prayer here, rather than say Compline. Compline is a little bit more complicated. You can see some penciled in notes from when I used to use this book more regularly as to when I would pray these psalms. There are certain other prayer books that suggest these psalms for certain days of the week. I don't remember which ones, but again, you can get the idea that this is meant for a lay person to use rather than a priest. Priests would not be using this book. Lay people absolutely would, or maybe if a novice is traveling, perhaps they would be using this book. Okay, we have some other prayers here. Then we have the salutations to the Theotokos. So we see here the Akathist hymns. Let's see what this ribbon is saved on. We have it saved on the lesser hours, first hour, and it tells you what times to pray them. Okay, and again, I have them kind of divvied off for different days, penciled in. If you're more used to praying, from a 4-volume set, you would probably be able to pray all of the Psalms. But we can see here, we have gone through several of the hours already. It's kind of brief. Okay, we get to the 9th hour, so on and so forth. And then we also have a service of preparation for Holy Communion. Very nice. Several Psalms. You're not going to be wanting Psalms in this book. There's going to be a lot of Psalms for various different occasions. Let's just take a look at some of the art here. This is I believe this is the Prodigal Son. We can see here that the print is very high quality. It's not exactly a facsimile or a scan. That is a very good screening. Okay, this icon of Christ is absolutely beautiful. Then we have a passage here on the Jesus prayer. Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on me, a sinner. Absolutely beautiful prayer. If you have not read it, I recommend praying Way of the Pilgrim. You'll be wanting to become just like the anonymous writer of that. And then what we have here is a Safeguard for the Soul, which is a 30-day personal meditation. And I gotta say, I really haven't seen this in any other prayer book. This 30-day Safeguard for the Soul. I highly recommend this book just for this. This is worth its weight in gold. It's absolutely amazing. I would recommend that. And I don't want to violate the copyright of this book by sharing it with the world, but boy, I wish I did. And then we have the occasional prayers, and you can expand on your morning prayers. This is just a fantastic little book, and that concept, good things come in small packages, boy, this really fits the bill. This really fits the bill. And you might think to yourself, well, won't the prayers get repetitive? Well, yes and no. So since it's the quote-unquote same thing every day, you might get a little bit, you might lose interest in some of the prayers. But that's why I penciled in these Monday, Thursday, Tuesday, Friday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sundays in here. But also, it changes for the seasons, right? So if we go to the table of contents here, we see the Paschalian. Okay, this is for Easter, 221. 221. Oh, well, that's just a calendar. But My point is that during the season, some of these prayers change. So, for example, in Easter, you would say, Christ is risen from the dead. By death he trampled death, and to those in the tombs he granted life. So there are definitely some variants there. I'm surprised I took so long to review this. Our Orthodox brothers and sisters have such a rich tradition, and I highly recommend that you take a look at it. This is an amazing little book. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much, and God bless.